If you're in a genuine relationship and planning to sponsor your spouse, this video is a must watch.
So a few days ago, IRC called the attention of Canadian citizens and permanent residents to beware of marriage fraud. It is a crime to you and your foreign applicants, and the legal action will be taken for up to 5 years imprisonment and $100,000 fine. So please, please, and please don't let a marriage of convenience inconvenience you.
A good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm done with my relocation vlogs. I'm back to information that will benefit us all. So today we are diving deep into the world of spousal sponsorship in Canada. Whether you are applying for a spousal work permit or PR sponsorship, it is crucial to prove that your relationship is genuine. So I'm going to try to break down, what I think you need to know and how to strengthen your application. Before further ado, let's jump right into it. So I'm going to be starting with the first things I think people need to know. Please, the disclaimer, I am not an expert. I am not an immigration consultant. I just did small research about some topics and I try to simplify it as much as I can so we can all understand better. The first point I'm going to be talking about is demonstrating a genuine relationship. If no one has told you this before, I want to categorically tell you that a marriage certificate alone will not cut it, especially for newlyweds. To reinforce your application, you might need to consider adding pictures, personal statement, or letter detailing your relationship history, letters of support from friends and family, chat history, WhatsApp messages, Facebook messages, and all the other social media platforms that you guys were using back and forth. You need to always remember that the photos that have family and friends should include their names, which will also make your application seem very real. The dates they were taking, the timestamps, a brief description of the event where the pictures were taken, and if possible, they should be in different locations because they expect you to attend birthdays, events, weddings, or friends, together. Just other special moments should be added. Each relationship is very unique, so tailor your evidence accordingly. The officers assess the totality of evidence you provide to determine if your relationship is genuine. So I'm just saying that it should be demonstrating the authenticity of your relationship so that the immigration officer can know that you are marrying for love. I also assume everybody's married for love, right? So today's video is sponsored by Amber Student Accommodation. Amber is the premier student accommodation platform with over 1 million beds in 20,000 properties across 200 cities worldwide. They are presently in Australia, Canada, Germany, Ireland, Portugal, Spain, UK, and the US. The Amber Student Accommodation also has a platform called the Amber Plus. Amber Plus offers some benefits, which is the airport pickup, student loans, forest cards, student insurance, student guarantor, and just many more. They also have the Amber app as requested by a lot of you guys. So you can now download the app and book your accommodation with ease. They are available on Google Play Store and the Apple Play Store. Now, with all this being said, no students should say that they don't have a reason to not have accommodation in the above mentioned countries. Anyway, the next point is the proof of communication, which is closely related to the first point that I made. I'm sure lots of people are worried that they were in long distance relationship just like I was, but this is not even a problem. Proving continuous communication is key in cases like this. A neat trick is to create a timeline using screenshots of texts, call logs, dating back to the beginning of your relationship. This visual timeline, can be a powerful part of your application. Here's a strategy that I would suggest. Go through your chat history or your phone logs, take screenshots of short conversations every month, creating a realistic communication timeline. So at least from the first time you said, how did you get my number? We all say this, right? to the latest chat per month should be screenshotted and added. Probably maybe like 2 or 3, lines. This act shows that you've been in touch despite the physical separation. Not all of you guys that are always clearing chats up and down. Now mine don't touch ground. This reminded me of my wedding in Denmark that year. We were asked to provide pictures and messages, time stamps. So when you screenshot the message, you have to show that, this is when, thankfully, I am one that keeps pictures and screenshots of some funny faces we made during our video calls in our long distance relationship while I was in Nigeria and Ops was in Germany. So I basically provided, the pictures, and later on add the messages, because I used to clear messages in my previous life. Yeah, don't judge me. I just don't like going back to see or reminisce on chats that annoy me, or even the sweet ones I don't want to see. That just clear it. I don't want to be rereading anything that will make me blush, or I was a real hardcore babe. I was real hardcore. Anyway, so if my husband was also a chat clearer, I don't think we would have been able to get married, because it was a prerequisite to have us joined in the courthouse in Denmark. Anyway, I digress. Also, if you are worried about your non-traditional weddings, thinking that maybe your marriage does not align with the cultural norms, maybe you followed man to elope, or you had, one of those weddings that nobody was there, don't be scared. What matters most is the legitimacy of your bond, not the scale of your wedding. Officers evaluate, the authenticity of your relationship, not just your wedding day. Yeah. So as long as you provide proper documentation supporting your relationship, the optics of your wedding become less of a concern. The immigration officer wants to see that your marriage is based on love and not just for European or Canadian status. My next point is reuniting in Canada. Sponsoring your spouse can take about 12 months, but there are ways to reunite sooner. One option is applying for a visitor's visa to visit your spouse, which the visitor's visa can be converted into a work permit from within Canada, allowing your spouse to stay and work in Canada during the process of awaiting the residency document. With this work permit application included in the sponsorship application, they can stay and work in Canada while awaiting, permanent residency or citizenship, or whichever your case may be. Second option is to apply for a visitor's visa after submitting the sponsorship, meaning that you have two applications submitted together simultaneously. Don't be confused. So the first point is to enter with visiting and then sponsor while you are in Canada. Then the second option is to apply for both the sponsorship and the visiting at the same time while your spouse is still outside Canada. There are measures available to facilitate visitors visa approval for spouses with pending sponsorship, which can result in extending their stay. One public service announcement that I would love to put out there would bring me to my next point: sponsorship eligibility. If you become a permanent residency or permanent resident through spousal sponsorship, just know that you cannot sponsor another person within 5 years of obtaining your PR status, or even if you become a citizen during that period. What this means is that if you are tired of relationship, if you are not tired for the marriage and you separate, you cannot use that status you acquired from another person to sponsor a new person within the next 5 years. So if you decide to move on to another person, just enjoy yourself for the meantime, because you cannot sponsor the new person if the person doesn't have documents, immediately. And maybe it might even give you the opportunity to explore many partners before you find the right one, if it's a man to man or woman to woman. because waiting another 5 years for another 5 years, another 5 years is a lot of time, waste of time in my opinion. The next point is the application stages. The sponsorship application goes through various stages. First, there is completion check to ensure that all the forms and documents are provided. Then if you pass this, you will receive an acknowledgement of receipt, which everybody calls AOR. Then the sponsor's eligibility is also assessed, followed by the applicant's assessment, and then the relationship evaluation. Can you see what I've been talking about since? Your relationship will be evaluated. So provide adequate evidence to prove that you are not lying, even though you are lying. Just know that the entire process can take around 12 months on average. And that thing is to always track your application's progress. This will give you an insight of how your application is doing per time. The way my husband used to track our application that time, and when we were applying for everything, you'll be amazed, because we had a lot of applications in the works at that time. So lastly, I'm going to be talking about the common law partners, or the conjugal people. Yeah, if you live with your partner, your Canadian partner, for at least a year, you are considered a common law couple. The requirements include proof of cohabitation and evidence of your relationship. This can be established through shared address, also documents like lease agreements and utility bills. So this is like the way people will tell you in my country, Nigeria, that when you want to buy land or you want to get an accommodation with your partner, you must not use Mr. or Mrs. You must use Mr. Ola and Mr. Ade, basically ensuring that your names are both spelled out, then also sharing your love story. Now this brings me to the common mistakes to avoid. providing incomplete or inaccurate information. Make sure you fill out all the required forms correctly and provide all the necessary supporting documents. Inaccurate or incomplete information can result in delay or rejection of your application. The second thing is not including enough evidence of a genuine relationship. It is crucial to submit enough evidence to prove the authenticity of your relationship. Third thing is missing deadlines. Missing deadlines can have serious consequences for your spousal sponsorship application. Ensure that you submit all the required documents within the specified time frame to avoid unnecessary delays. Next thing is not asking the right questions or seeking advice. The spousal sponsorship process can be complex, and it's always a good idea to seek advice from professionals or people who have experienced this, as this can help navigate. It can help you navigate through the process smoothly and increase your chances of success. This video is getting too long and everybody is locked out. In conclusion, remember that each case is unique, so seek advice if you are confused. If you found this video very helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share it with others who you think are intending to sponsor their spouses. If you have any questions, feel free to engage in the comment section. No question is silly, and good luck in your spousal sponsorship application. Before you go, as you have seen my videos and I'm having 50 views or 100 views, do you like it? Tell yourself, do I like it? If you say no, please just like and give me a thumbs up. Like my videos. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again. Bye.
Do your thing. Wake.
Authenticity. Authenticity.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good